Hello, everybody. Sedrik here at CRWC, and we will be reviewing AEW Collision, which takes place on Saturdays. And this was a great night of professional wrestling.
Yeah, it was a good show.
This right here dwarfs Dynamite. This is what I thought Tony Khan was going to bring to us when he introduced Dynamite. So let's just jump right on into it, all right? So it starts off with an AEW debut of Kip Morst against the AEW champion MJF. And this was it was a squash.
3-minute match?
If that. MJF beat him down, got him to the ropes, heat seeker, pile driver, and then got up on the 2 count. Everybody was upset. MJF's elbow pad had the maple leaf on, the red maple leaf, and it says is mid. So Canada is mid. Just to point that out. So after that, he applies, he gets on the mat, and it's like, I don't know, it was like an instructional video how he did it, but he applied the crossface and got the submission win.
And the dude was already beat. He could barely tap out. He was so messed up.
Yep, which is good. So Kip Morst, right now, I know he was a beatdown, but that was good selling. I'm not picking on him. No, because others be like, oh, I just took this power driver, my neck should be broken. Or I just took this neck breaker where my jaw, face, and neck should be all messed up. But I'm going to tap out like, full energy, So it's just something to take notice of. So MJF then cut a brutal promo against Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. And he offers an open challenge to anyone from Hamilton. And this big dude starts coming out. And they're like, who's this? Yada, yada, yada. Mm-hmm. He must be some name, but then he's passed by Ethan Page. And see, this dude was walking to the ring looking like, I don't know about this. I'm sitting here like, I don't even know if you're a wrestler. You just kind of started walking out. And then
maybe he was lost.
Maybe he was. Like, I go through that door. That's the exit to the building. So he just walk out and it's like, oh crap.
No, this isn't the exit. Mm-hmm.
So Page calls Max a bare minimum bitch.
Bare minimum bitch. Gotta keep that in mind.
Page cut a very believable promo. That's the first time Ethan Page has cut a promo that I outright straight believed.
Yeah, it was very good.
Yes, he had me. He had me. So then, it's an open challenge, right? So the next match is Ethan Page versus MJF, and it's a title match. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So MJF, Page stomps on Jeff. MJF gets a hold of him really quick, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then MJF makes a comeback, starts working the knee, stomping on the leg, the ankle, the foot. And he used a half crab, and I couldn't help but throw it out there that it was Lance Storm. He called it the Canadian maple leaf. Thrown to the ropes, back roll into the half crab. It was nice. Bret Hart, he used the half crab a lot as well. A lot of people use it, but not many use it as the wear down hold to hurt the knee, and some use it as a submission finisher. And when they use it as that, when they know how to apply it, it looks brutal. You worry about somebody getting a hip popped out of place or something. Ethan got a nice super over-the-shoulder power slam, but he couldn't follow it because his leg was hurting. Page tries the crucifix powerbomb. He calls the Ego's Edge, obviously named after, Razor's Edge. But his leg buckled from the damage. MJF got a dragon screw through the ropes and used that to get the heat seeker. 1, 2, 3. And here's the thing. Straight up, Ethan Page, he looked good out there.
He did. He performed very well.
He performed as well as his promo was. I thought it was excellent.
Mm-hmm.
I thought this was a great performance by Ethan Page. It was a highly contested match, but you knew who was going to win.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: matches like that's supposed to show promise. You know, like, wow, this guy with a little more training, you push him up in the ranks, yada yada yada, that kind of thing, and you know. So
I wouldn't even say that Page needs more training. It just showed him more.
I mean, it's what the crowd is supposed to think.
Yeah, it shows that he's more than just some dude yelling on the ramp.
Yes. So, you know, and Ethan was trying to use hey, I'm, you know, home, and this is, you know, my crowd, and he's trying. Mm-hmm. So next match is the Owen Hart tournament, Dustin Rhodes versus Powerhouse Hobbs. And this match, look, from beginning to end, this was pro wrestling. Mm-hmm. This was pro wrestling right here. This, look, Collision. If it can keep up like this, if it can stay like this, predominantly this show was, then honestly, I can see Dynamite. I can see Tony Khan being like, look, I'm not booking Dynamite, Young Bucks, you can have it. And if the station says no more, then, you know, well, that's y'all, bye. You know, just keep Collision like this and you are fine.
Yep. You got plenty of talent to do this with and make it work.
And talent that they're willing to train up to be worthy to be on Collision. Just, I'm happy, okay? But in this match, you know, look, you can tell Dustin is leading this match. You know, Dustin, if he was just 25, maybe 30 years younger, you know, you just see him flying all over the place. But
now he knows he's got knees.
Yeah, you know, he knows he's got. If you ever seen Ali Sedrik in his stand up, and he climbed up onto a chair and said, if you are 20 years old, you find nothing wrong with this. When you get my age, this right here is just shy of death.
It's dangerous.
So
you got up on the chair. I was trying to help you. You want me to hold it? We don't need any unforeseen accidents.
Ali Sedrik, just straight up hilarious. Just find that if you can. Domino Effect. Just watch it. All right, laugh challenge, because if y'all don't like that style of comedy, I dare you to not laugh. All right, I challenge you to not laugh. So the match goes on with Dustin and Powerhouse Hobbs. QT snatches Rhodes' ankle, and it was quick and smooth. It was, you know what? This is QT Marshall's spot. Stay outside the ring. He doesn't need to talk too much.
Nope.
He doesn't need to do that QT TV crap.
Nope.
Just be the manager. You know, just snatch an ankle and stuff. Because he did well in this match.
And he brought that girl out there with them. What was the point?
I don't know, but she is aggravating to look at.
Man.
And the crowd hates her on
many levels.
A social level.
Many levels.
QT snatched the ankle. They get outside. QT throws Dustin to the post, and that busts Rhodes open. Hobbs put his this is nice, because Hobbs, he grabs Dustin, puts his fist right there, like, I'm gonna hit him right here. Reels back and he hits him there. Like, you're gonna see what I'm gonna do. I know that's something that goes over a lot of people's head because it's so tiny, but that is a very important thing to do if you are a heel and you are one of those little sinister heels. Because that's what Hobbs is. He's a sinister heel. Let's see. After Hobbs, has a small hiccup in the ring, that allows Dustin to make a great comeback. And when QT got up on the apron, he got up there and he was going to climb onto the top, onto the bottom rope, and I guess kind of lean over. And Dustin popped him in the face, and QT went sailing and I wrote 1 foot higher, and he'd be flying like Superman. Because he was up there.
He was.
And then Dustin hit a struggling Canadian destroyer. It looked like, like Hobbs didn't want to go with it, but Dustin's like, no, this is happening. That's what it looked like. Look, I know that's not what it was, but that's how I'd like to see it. I like to see it that way. It's just, that's my purview. Okay? Mm-hmm. I know what was going on, but I just want to be a fan. Right? And then this happens. Because he didn't go for the pin. He got him up. Crossroads. He got him up. I'm like, okay, now you're hitting big moves and you're just picking him up. This is Fire Pro. And then get him up, power driver. And then a 2 count.
Yep.
I don't really like that.
Nah.
You hit 3 finishing moves in a row and he kicks out. If he's not supposed to lose, then don't do it. You know, Dustin, you should be better than that. QT gets a sneaky punch on Dustin that turns the match around for Hobbs. Hobbs got a spine buster, not a really good one, but
yeah, but he didn't have much on it.
And then Rhodes kicks out. Like what, 1?
Yeah.
1.5, something like that. And then Rhodes gets his scoop power slam. That was a 2 count.
Yeah, because the first one didn't work.
No, Hobbs stopped that.
It was too much Hobbs. He just couldn't do it.
And then QT got another sneak attack, and Hobbs finally get the spine buster for the win.
Mm-hmm.
And as I would say, called it. So, that was that. Next match, Miro versus Anthony Henry, who's already in the ring.
Yeah, he's from the Workhorsemen.
So, Henry gets skull drug, all right?
Yeah.
He gets skull drug.
He tries, but
Miro's strong. Miro did a suplex, and Henry landed on his hip.
it's like he over-rotated it.
Yes. And Henry, you know, he hit that mat in anger. Like people want to see that as a hype up. No,
he was mad.
He was mad at that. Because he over-rotated Henry, and Henry landed on his hip, and I know that had to hurt.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably going to bruise. All right.
He was holding that for the rest of the match.
Mm-hmm. But Miro, you know, he skull drags him, squashes him, submission victory. And, you know, with the camel clutch, I did not enjoy this match because Anthony Henry is good.
He is.
And I did not like seeing him getting squashed.
He shouldn't have been in that position. I don't understand why they chose him for that.
Yep. They could have given this to, you know, someone like Kip Morst or something.
Yeah, maybe somebody local, you know.
Someone local, someone new, something, but I didn't like seeing this.
But Anthony Henry is basically on the come up with this part of JD Drake and Shane Taylor and ROH, and this was
he didn't need to be on Collision.
Poor use of him.
Very poor use of him. So Shivani's in the ring, and he calls out Bullet Club Gold, which is Jay White, Juice Robinson, Colton, and Austin Gunn. And it was a good fun promo. You know, Jay White talking as awesome as he can, doing what he do. And ultimately Jay White has to take the mic from Shivani because he's like, you know what, you get the microphone, you're talking, then you say bad things, and you watch him.
I don't like it when you say bad things.
Yeah, I don't like when you say bad things. Watch him. Make sure he doesn't do anything.
I don't know what Shivani's gonna do, but they watched him.
Man, I'm looking at the thing as the whatever truck went by, and I'm like, man, y'all know y'all heard that. That was a good promo. That's all good. Now, and you know, the next match is also defeating to the next match of Juice Robinson versus Ricky Starks, which is the Owen Hart tournament match. Mm-hmm. So, in the opening part of the match, and I didn't take a lot of notes, I'm kind of just speeding through all of these things. But Juice Robinson, he dropped down and Starks tripped over him, and it's like he hit his eye and side of his head on the ropes.
Yes, hit hard.
You know, and I'm like, is Ricky that good that he can make a trip look like that? Or was that a mess up and, you know,
roll with it?
Yeah, because I was like, Juice probably feel bad about it if it's real. I was like, I'll know if it's a mistake if Juice does the next thing to get close to him to say something, and he did. He got over at the chest, leaned over so his hair could cover everything, and then picked him up, and Starks didn't nod his head or anything. And here's the thing, when you're a wrestler, you learn to talk without moving your lips too much, and you learn to talk low. So
it's like the angry mama talk without the anger.
Yes. Like, I'll tell you to get over here. It's like, oh, okay. But look, straight up, it was a great pro wrestling match. And it's crazy because I can watch this Collision again. It's rare that I can say I can watch a whole show again. I've watched an NWA show probably 2 or 3 times and just kind of have it playing and then play the other ones. If it's late night and I'm just desperate for something, I'll be like, well, NWA, they had this event, so I'll just play that. You know, or something I haven't seen and it'll just be background as long as there's some kind of English commentary. I could watch this event again. This was good. These two had a great match. It was a fight. It was a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
They, Juice got a spear in. He got his moves in. You know, he had a nice little punch chop combination in the corner. You know, working on Stark's knee, his leg. Stark selling that pretty well. It was a good wrestling struggling match. This is what I love. This is what I love right here. But ultimately, Juice, he went for a jackknife, but Starks reversed that, stacked him up high, got the 1, 2, 3, got the win. Bullet Club Gold, they surround the ring, and then FTR come out to even the odds, and that's where that segment ended.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was pretty good.
It was
a good match. Christian Cage had a promo. He was interrupted by Sean Spears, the Perfect 10, who was trying to talk to Luchasaurus. He wants to talk to the champ, and Cage puts himself in as champ. Cage cites that Spears is not dangerous, and Spears says that anyone can be dangerous. They just need to meet the right person. And when he addresses Luchasaurus as champion, Cage steps in again. And oddly, Lucha seems upset with Spears trying to give him recognition as champ.
Yeah, I thought that was weird too. Like, don't recognize me. Oh, okay, cool.
Man, you couldn't even tell I read all that because I read that word for word.
Mm-hmm.
No, so I'm taking. I'm gonna read them. So then we get to the stinker of the night, and this sucks. Lady Frost versus Chris Statlander for the TBS title.
Happy the women's match this up.
I wrote, but I wrote, I don't see why this match is happening. Frost has not beaten anyone on TV in AEW and has done squash matches only. This should have been an opening match.
And Lady Frost is a lot better than what she presents in AEW. We watched her when she was wrestling NWA, and she was great.
This here is not on great. Frost.
No, that's what I have deduced. It's Chris Statlander.
Yep, Chris. Look, I'm going to go through this real quick.
Okay.
And then we can talk about it, okay?
All right.
But at some point, Chris, like mid-match, she hits a high angle. They're up high. A high angle, 180-degree Michinoku driver 2. That could be an injury angle, as brutal as that move looked. But it was for a 2 count. That's not perseverance on Lady Frost's part. That's just how the match was supposed to go. That's the spot they called. Okay, that's whoo. So, and Chris did a leapfrog and landed flat-footed. Chris Statlander landed flat. She got 2 messed up knees.
2 big old braces.
And she's gonna land flat foot. No. What in the world? You land on your toes because that's your shock absorber. Toe, ball of the foot, heel, knees bent a little bit, shock absorption. That is the point of that. Take it easy on your knees, especially if they all messed up like this. And then Chris hits a tombstone for the win. Still, how is that any stronger than the driver in the middle of the match? I wrote abysmal match.
The tombstone looks terrible. One is not convincing. It's super safe because her head is nowhere near close to hitting the mat. One, she's got one arm tucked and the other one is kind of flailing out there. It's off center. It's not neat. It's just terrible looking. She doesn't move well in the ring, and when she's not moving, she's boasting to the crowd, and you're not kind of sure what she's trying to portray.
Chris cannot move. She's slow. She's cumbersome. She can't, because of her knees, she can't pivot like she needs to turn around for the opponent. Lady Frost is on point, but she's got this literally right almost at the point of impact of doing anything. She's got to slow herself down and look stupid because Chris can't get around. She can't whip herself around. I noticed that in Chris's last match. I really wish she would have taken more time off and done something. She needs to take maybe some collagen or something like that. But this is not the Chris Statlander that we saw before she got injured. And I get it. You get injured and it's like, okay, there's going to be some changes. I get it. But you got to change up a lot. If you can't do what you could do, you got to find out what you can do and stay competitive, meaning be on time for your opponent.
And they gave her the belt. If I was Jade Cargill, I would be mad as hell if I had to drop my title to this.
Okay, she looks good. She got some size on her. That's good. She's pretty.
There's nothing
she can
about
do sign
her
language.
There's nothing about her that says champion.
Not now.
Nothing.
Before she left, yes. People's like, whoa, she should be champion. Something.
Not new. She can't even put on a robe and look like a champion. She looked like she just rolled out of bed.
Man, there's got to be something that she can do to get it back, to get something back of the old Chris, something. But if she's pushing herself too hard because she can't take any more time off, that's not cool. But you know what? Hey, I'm not in her life. I don't know what she can and cannot do. I just know what's presented to me on TV.
She should be able to take plenty of time off. Tony Khan sent dudes home, and they're just at home.
Yeah.
And he's paid them, so shoot. Take some more time.
She can't. She's champion. Now she's got to at least show up like once a week or every other week. You know, it's a bad situation. Mm-hmm. It's a bad situation, and they should do some kind of injury angle and have her take another month out and just reevaluate everything to see what's really going on.
3.
I ain't talking about healing because she might be as healed as she can get.
But she needs to do something to try and regain some of the agility.
Yeah, because she was stiff in that ring. Really stiff. That worries me.
Because she said that the ligaments were torn, meaning they have healed. It's not like they had to get replaced with screws and plating. She wouldn't be there if that was the case. So she needs to rehab to a point where she's confident that when she moves, her knees are going to respond. I think that's part of the problem. I don't think she's confident that her knees are going to do what she wants them to do.
I've been there. I have been there. Yes. So that could be it. That could be it. There's people that are, they have a break and then they're afraid they're going to break it again, and they're scared of hurting it again, So I get it. So hopefully that's what it is and nothing else. Just fear. That's what I'm hoping, because I miss the real Chris Statlander, because she was awesome. So we're going to get to our main event, which is the Owen Hart tournament. Wait a minute. Before that, Andrade El Idolo, he wants his mask back.
He's mad.
He calls the House of Black cockroaches.
He's mad.
House of Black is on the screen.
He was clean.
Yeah. Malachi says, we'll do all this and all in due time.
Yeah, he just said no, basically.
Yeah. Andrade rages out, hitting the camera, and walks off, which, now I believe this anger.
You think Charlotte speaks Spanish?
I think she does.
Okay.
She would have to.
His accent is so thick.
Yes.
My goodness.
So, now we're on time. We get to the main event, the Owen Hart tournament. Roderick Strong versus the Ring of Honor television champion, Samoa Joe. And this was a very good match. It was a struggle. It was a fight. Yeah, they all got their stuff in. They did everything. Roderick proved why he is a great contender, why he needs to be on Collision, and why he needs to be in certain storylines. Hopefully anything that's over mid-card, that's where Roderick needs to be. Awesome. Very awesome competitor. Like him.
Samoa Joe wrestled Roderick Strong. Like, how dare you selling my presence with yours? Everything he did had a little bit extra on it.
I like when he called it. We got that Samba Slam counter out the corner.
The sound that the ring made when he hit it. Roderick Strong is a good, solid wrestler, yes, but he was just outclassed.
It's Joe. I like Joe's style. Always look. Name someone else that can kneel in the ring like that and look cool. Joe's the only one that can do it. He's the only one that can do it. He looks cool. He been there on one knee, and I'm like, that man cool. That's pretty much it.
And he's got the best facial expressions, and he's always watching, even when he's got his back to his opponent. It's like it's like the wolf making sure the beta male is not trying to do his woman. He's always watching.
Oh my God, that's perfect. Yes. Look, I could watch that match again. Cause when we had it paused, get some drink, get some eat and all that. And I'm just like, there was a part of me that's like, I don't know if I want to do this like 16 to 18 minute match, yada, yada, yada. And once they got going, you get lost. You just captivated by it. You're lost in the match. You forget about other stuff and you're literally like, this is good. And you're watching them, you're seeing them doing all this stuff. Roderick, he kept going for, I guess, some kind of brainbuster type move or something.
So he kept bouncing off his body.
Well, not that, but that he kept trying to. I think that flying net breaker drop like Macho Man would do.
Oh my goodness, it was awful.
He just kept bouncing off his body. I'm just like, he's trying.
After the second one, stop.
Stop. You got me. Persevere. That's what you got to do.
Persevere is also meaning you change up your strategy. You stop looking like a dumbass out there.
He was rocking them. He's rocked. The building is wobbly. Keep it going. Keep it going.
It wasn't that wobbly.
Oh, come on.
But I need more from Roderick Strong.
What?
I need more.
What you gotta do? Cut his ribs open and bleed for you?
I mean, I don't want to see the blood, but
what?
You could have switched him out and put in Anthony Henry.
Nope. Now look, we have seen how good and precise Anthony Henry is. But that it's like, how can I say this? You know how great someone is, but they're not main event great.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
That's how I feel about Roderick.
Roderick's earned this spot.
What spot? He only got this spot because he's in a tournament.
Roderick Strong has a lot of history. Titles, main event, major matches. Roderick has earned to be up here. Also, let's say he's grandfathered in. He's got so much indie history and Ring of Honor history.
That's definitely what it is.
With Joe.
I said he's a solid wrestler. Yes, but I see nothing special about him. I am not waiting with bated breath to see Roderick Strong wrestle. No, I'm just not there.
You're just gonna be that person today, aren't you?
I'm not being that. I'm being honest. I didn't say he was bad. I didn't say he sucked. I didn't say that I didn't like his face. He's got a fine face. There's a million just like it. I'm just not. I'm not impressed.
And I thought you were a wrestling fan.
Oh, please.
How have I misjudged?
You're gonna misjudge your way to a biting.
Look, you quit with the biting. And so look, the match, loved it. But at the end, Coquina clutch out of that suplex attempt. I don't know what he was going for, but it was a sleeper choke. Put him to sleep. Referee stoppage. I wrote that was a knockout win. And then after that, Joe's like, "Hey, Punk, how you doing, bruh?" He gets a chair. And Punk's like, "Hey, I can get a chair too, bud."
Yeah.
And the refs and everyone, the staff run out, and they're like, "No, we got to stop this." And Joe's like, "All right." He slides the chair in the ring, walks around to the other side. He quickly slides in the ring, get a hold of Roderick Strong, and does like a slight emerald flosion onto the chair, dropping him on his neck. And he slides out looking at Punk like, "Yeah, buddy." You know, and then, you know, and that's when medical tends are strong and
Punk slides in, and the medical team slides in, and Jesus shows up.
I didn't even recognize. I didn't recognize Adam Cole.
The heavens opened. There was angels and doves.
Cedra,
Jesus showed up.
You just gonna be that guy, aren't you? Okay, be that person.
You know, I don't like Adam Cole, but he walk around looking like Jesus in a man bun.
You know why you being like that? See,
I'm stating facts. You just don't want to accept it. I'm stating facts, man.
You know what? I'm gonna state the fact. I'm gonna state the fact. Not one of these people, not one of these wrestlers, not even Jesus, can hold a candlestick to Jax Dane.
And see, I was thinking about Jax Dane. See, when I'm hating on someone, I got reasons. I'm using facts. No, you just be pulling up made up stuff out the air to bolster up Jax Dane, and that's just crazy.
I don't have to. You can see how awesome it's. Look, this is AEW.
You know what?
This is AEW.
At least Jax Dane ain't running around looking like Jesus. I give you that.
You don't have to because he is God. See?
What the fuck, man?
That's how that works.
Yeah, but Jesus came out and he was holding Roderick's hand, you know.
And the medical people got Roderick on the gurney, but he had his arms up.
This was crazy. Okay, they got him on the spine board you're supposed to use to immobilize somebody if they have a neck injury, okay? So apparently somebody didn't tell these folks how to do it. They didn't roll him right to get him onto the spine board. Then once he was on it, they had a strap underneath one armpit and over the shoulder the other. Both arms were up and he strapped in and the strap like a tied into a spaghetti noodle mess. I was like, what the hell? Did I just get an EMT shirt and put it on some people? And then eventually they realized, his arms shouldn't be up, so they put his arms down. He's all awkward up there with his left shoulder all raised because you got this strap underneath his armpit. It was terrible. I guess Jesus couldn't do nothing about that.
I'm like, I mean, I've seen people strapped to gurneys. And it was a mishandling then. It was on purpose. You know, I think he should have sued, but I can't do nothing about that. Then I can't do nothing about it now. But yeah, I'm like, get his arms down. You know, make sure you don't move his neck too much. You know, get the brace on his neck safely, sound. Roll him to his side. Make sure you turn his head with his body, lifting his head as you do so that everything stays in place. Get the gurney up under him. Okay? Then roll him down gently, keeping his head straight with his body, head turned in the direction of his chest so that you don't mess up anything that might be already messed up. You don't want to screw it up any further. And then, once he's in, make sure his hands are together at his side, and then you strap his legs, strap his shins, thighs, abdomen, around the elbow bicep area, okay? And if need be, if you're well enough, around the forehead, but not tight, slide him out the ring, put him gently on the gurney, roll him out. No. They could have caused catastrophic damage if there was anything hurt up. So that, you know, and then medical came out like right after the move. It wasn't any time wasted.
Nope.
You know, it's like, boom, the move should happen, right? Clear the ring because it's mostly over. But after it's been about a minute and dude ain't got up, the ref be checking on him. Wave medical down then after you realize this dude is not getting up.
And I was like, boom, medic!
Like Starship Troopers. Medic! But look, the women's match and then how they handled that at the end, that was the only bad parts. You know, no, we didn't like how Anthony Henry was used, but for what he did and what he was trying to do, that went swimming, you know? So,
and then once they wheeled Roderick out of sight, the crowd started in with the CM Punk chants and then the boo.
No, we ain't gonna let you cheer. We ain't gonna let you cheer. They did it earlier.
Mm-hmm.
They did it when he was coming out. They did it near the end. Just oh man, it's like some wants to chant and the others do the boo, and I think it's just to mess with them. I think it's really no different than, chant this wrestler, chant that wrestler. I think that's really what it is. So, any case, we're gonna wrap it up here. Please, check us out on Spreaker. Make sure it's down there in the description. Podcast. All right, because we do not put a lot of stuff on YouTube now that I can use Audacity to convert straight to MP3. A lot more will be going up on Spreaker. And so with that, this has been Sedrik and Sedrik for CR Wrestling Commentary, reviewing AEW Collision. With that, y'all take it easy, be safe, be good, be chill, and we will see you next time.